Oh, so I thought that I can just bring you guys in here and you can see it, but not really. You can't see it anymore. Hmm. That sucks. How about now? It's actually looking like a lot more even toned. At first, I wasn't happy with it until I got up and actually looked under some brighter lighting. But anyways, I'm gonna wash this off my face. So I normally, just for like face wash, I normally just use oil-free acne wash, or if I have African black soap, that's my favorite thing to use. It's just I haven't gotten around to going to the store to get the real authentic African black soap because they do not sell that stuff in Walmart. They don't sell it in Target. I need to actually go to, so I don't want to tell anybody my secrets, but I will. So if you go to the hair stores, they'll normally have it, and that's where I go to buy my African black soap. So just save me one, please, because I absolutely need to buy another one. And so if you solely use it for your face, it will last you for months. I mean months. Like mine's lasts me, I think I might use like 2 per year. And maybe not even that, because you get this big old thick bar, and if all you use it for is your face, you're good. Sometimes every now and then I'll use it for like my underarms or something like that, but I don't need to anymore. Just because I found something that works for me. So I used to have like this thing with my underarms where they just get a little too musty, and the mustiness won't go away after you wash with regular soap. So I found something that actually works for my underarms. Well, I found something that actually works for my underarms, and not lemons and limes like some people want you to use, which there's no fault in that. Like, there's nothing wrong with using lemons and limes. I just don't use it. But I did find something that works for me in my underarms, and even to this day, like today, I didn't even put on any deodorant. I just went to work and then did some shopping, and then came home, and like no smell down there. So, and it was hot. Like, I was sitting in a hot car, I would say 1 to 2 hours, and yeah, like no mustiness, nothing. Like, I don't even need to wear deodorant. And that's my thing, is for a really long time I didn't wear, let me pull this up. For a really long time I didn't wear deodorant. So because of that, in the summer months, you start smelling musty because you're not wearing deodorant. So I would, wash with regular soap, antibacterial soap, Dial, antibacterial soap. I would wash with that, but still, like, I would scrub, and my underarms would still be like really musty. So I found this thing, and I was also trying to use the African black soap like to scrub it, and so I actually found something that works for my underarms, and I can still do the not wearing deodorant sometimes. Because really, why would you want, like, it's just blocking your pores. So sometimes I don't want to wear deodorant. Like, I don't need to. Like today, I didn't need to. And I still smell like great. So, but anyways, that's a tangent that I'm going to cut off short right now. But yeah, I figured I might as well like just wash this off my face. I was going to show like what it looked like. I have like a pimple popping up, but that's just because I've been having sweets and pop recently, and that is not usually a part of my diet, but especially when you want a six-pack. But I took some cheat days, and I just prolonged my cheat. I just been prolonging my cheat days, which I should probably not do that anymore. So I had some really good Jamaican like Oh, I had some really good Jamaican food. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I miss it. I miss it. I want to go back just to get some Jamaican food again because I love it. Like the jerk chicken was just, it was so good. But anyways, I figured I'd come on here and talk about like some of the things that I've been doing recently. So besides working, I've just been like trying to organize again, like stay more organized. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm sorry, guys. Someone's texting me. But yeah, I'm just trying to stay more organized, and I've been preparing for a few things. Like I have a couple goals I need to accomplish for this upcoming month. So I've been working on that. Yeah, but besides that, I've also been listening to a lot of audiobooks, like a ton of audiobooks. So out of the audiobooks that I've been listening to, so I'm going to take a slight pause, and occasionally you'll see me come from here to here, and that just means I'm like rinsing off my face. But yeah, for the most part, I'm going to try to stay here. But yeah, okay, so going back to that, I've been listening to a few audiobooks. Actually, not just a few, a lot. I've listened to a shit ton of audiobooks, and I get that privilege of like having a lot of audiobooks like under my belt because I can listen to it for like 24 hours of the day if I wanted to. But I don't. I have other responsibilities. It's just I get like more time than some people. So because of that, I ended up in autobiography land. First I was in just self-help, whatever, and then I ended up in autobiography land. And I don't know about you, but anything similar to that, it's just, I find it really fascinating when people tell you their stories. So I've been listening to, I listened to Oprah's What Happened to You. And that was really interesting because you learn quite a lot about the development of people, just like human development. And they go over like a lot of research. So if you want to like learn, like just be more understanding, open-minded towards certain people that you might not understand currently, I challenge you to read that book. It was like really eye-opening for me, and especially it can help you in your personal life and your professional life, just all around. So I really enjoy that book, and definitely recommend it. Also, I've been listening, but this isn't me like doing a really in-depth book review. I'm just talking about some of the books that I've listened to. So from that, you learn a little bit. I learned just a little bit about Oprah and how she was raised, and like some of the things that she went through, and how that's like affected her in her career or in life in general. And it's been really like interesting, like really fascinating, because like someone like Oprah, like I wasn't one of those people. I guess I was super young, but I wasn't one of those people who watch the Oprah show. Like I've definitely seen some episodes, but yeah, I didn't watch her show. I didn't like follow her life. I just knew that she was like a really rich woman, and she had a show, and she has like a TV network, and yeah, she's just older. That's all I knew about her. But what am I looking for? I'm looking for my. See, this is the bad thing about like not having a set face wash routine is like some of my things are in different spots. I have to search for it because normally I just use the African black soap. But anyways, so I listened to that book. Then I listened to Tina Fey's Bossy Pants, which I thought that was going to be a whole different book. I thought it was going to be about like women dominating the workforce, in which it is subtly like about that, but more so women, her dominating comedy. And she mentions Amy Poehler, but yeah, about women dominating comedy and just her starting it, and even before she got into comedy. It was really pretty interesting listening to her and her, like, you know, some of the things that she's experienced. And I've actually never watched an episode of 30 Rock. It wasn't something, I mean, to really be honest, it wasn't something that I thought that I could benefit from or I could relate to, just because of my race. I didn't think I could relate to it. But she even mentioned some of that, like she goes over some of that in her book. So like hearing it, listening to it, definitely opened my eyes to like people and places that I never really paid much attention to. And honestly, I don't pay too much attention to celebrities. I tend to ignore them unless something big is happening, like the Oscars. But yeah, I typically don't pay attention to celebrities. But anyways, and certain things like TV shows, I don't really watch TV shows. But oh, last but not least, I gotta put this on. But sorry guys, after putting that stuff on my face, it was like tingling a little bit and I just had to rub it. But yeah, so I listened to that book, and then I moved on to Issa Rae's book. I think she called it, I think it's like named or titled Awkward Black Girl. That was really interesting, especially about her like upbringing and like how cultured she is. I did not know how like she, I thought she was just African American. I did not know that basically she's African, like her family. Well, I think just her dad is African and her mom is, don't quote me on that because I can't really remember. I've been through so many books. But I know for a fact that, yeah, she would, like, her and her family would go to a particular country in Africa and they would visit their families. Well, their family over there. Their dad's part of the family. And I just thought that was really fascinating because I thought she was African American. I thought she, like her family was in America for like, you know, the same time as my family. Has my family been here a long time. But anyways. Yeah, so I thought her family has been here the same, since slavery. But I did not know that her family's African. So, well, her dad. So because of that, I learned that she's like a little bit more cultured, and yeah, she's a little bit more cultured, and she's like lived an interesting, fascinating life. I just did not know that, and I think it's like really pretty. I think it's pretty cool to know and understand that, and then also after seeing her awkward black girl TV show and Insecure, her other TV show, Insecure, and cause she's like, I just never really knew that, so that's really surprised me. That really surprised me about her, and then also the fact that her dad was a doctor, like that really surprised me, because I guess with her, again, like all the other ones, I've never really knew their backstories, and I definitely didn't know her backstory, but I did watch her like TV shows, her TV series, and to never know, like to not even know anything about her, just simply reading the book really opened my eyes, and helped me understand her a little bit more. Also, it's always a little bit cringy listening to like their dating history. But yeah, that one and that book was very cringy. Listening to her dating history is very cringy. It's like, okay. The same with Tina Fey's book. That was a little cringy as well. But I think all of them have that because, I mean, if you think about it, when we're young, we do some interesting things. We have some interesting experiences. So even my dating history it's cringy, like, especially when I was younger. But anyways, so that was a good book to listen to. Definitely a good one. There was something controversial about that book and what she said in it, which, I mean, if you really, really want me to do a book review or something, I could, but I just don't want to go into it right now. But moving on from that one, I listened to Jamie Foxx's book about his daughters, and I can't even remember the title for that one, but it was definitely the one, some of the things he's learned from his two daughters, and that was really heartwarming, and I enjoyed it. Even though I'm not a dad, like I'm a mom, but I'm not a dad. It was like nice to hear. It was nice to hear his perspective on some of those things that dads go through when they have girls or daughters. So that was really fun, especially from his perspective, being a celebrity dad, and like trying to navigate being a celebrity, and everything that comes with it, while also being a father. So that was really cool, and I got to learn more about his like upbringing, and that shocked me too, because he said his grandmother raised him, and in a lot of these books, especially the ones about African Americans or people who are brown and black, there's like a big thing about their grandparents raising them, and either alongside their parents or without their parents. So yeah, like that was an interesting one. Like his grandmother raised him. She was a big influence in his life, but his mom was essentially kind of like his sister for some years. And then his dad, he just never connected with him. Well, before the book. Who knows how it is afterwards. But yeah. in his past, he had a hard time connecting with his father, which I thought that was like really interesting to hear, especially like some of the stories about like he shared about his interactions with his dad, which definitely had me cracking up. Like those interactions, yeah, definitely those stories have definitely had me cracking up. So I would recommend that book for other fathers who have daughters. Um, then I listened to Gucci Mane's autobiography, which was really good. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed his perspective. I liked how he talked about some of his struggles with addiction and not really thinking he was an addict. And, you know, like his start into hip hop or rapping, basically trap rap or trap music. And I liked some of the things that he said. I liked that, you know, he wanted to be bigger, better than just a simple rapper. And I admire that. So that one I really liked. I liked some of the like some of the um, other rappers he included in his book. And it really opened my eyes to some of the things that happened in the past. Because again, I don't keep up with celebrities. So that was really good. So now I am finally on Will Smith's book titled Will. This is like 11 hours, so I've just started it today. Hopefully, one reoccurring theme that I'm seeing is his grandmother, like, you know, was a big part of his life, big influence, like some of the other books. And then also I have Matthew McConaughey's Green Lights that I'll be listening to as well. So I definitely have quite a few books that I have completed, and I've been thinking about like going more in depth with those books, but we'll see. Wait a second. Ooh, okay. But yeah, sorry, excuse me. But yeah, I definitely have a few books completed. Actually, quite a few books completed. And I thought about creating some more in depth book reviews alongside some other things that I've discovered. So, whoever is watching out there, if you're interested in hearing me talk more in depth about some of these books, and if you're interested in me listening to a book, and hey, if you have any book recommendations, please send them my way. Right now, I'm loving autobiographies, and I'm moving away from self-help. Just because I like more of a story aspect, and sometimes some self-help does not do that for me. But anyways, yeah, that's what I'm listening to right now. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.